Grade 12, Lesson 5. Good day everybody and welcome to the fifth lesson of Grade 12 Databases. We will be looking at delete with SQL. Let's begin. The content of this video. We will first look at a term, specifically the delete condition. We'll then look at a warning and a note on referential integrity. If you are unsure what referential integrity is, please see our video on relationships. We will then look at the basic structure and then at some examples. Let's look at the term. Delete condition. This is the condition a record needs to adhere to for the record to be deleted. Multiple conditions may be used. An example of a delete condition. Delete all the records with packages that have been delivered. The delete condition is thus, packages have been delivered. Warning. If a record has been deleted, it cannot be recovered. Make sure your delete works before submitting or implementing it. Now a note on referential integrity. If you want to delete a record that has a foreign key association, first delete all the records with a foreign key association before deleting the intended record. For example, Table A holds the primary key. Table B holds the foreign key that is associated with the primary key in Table A. If a record with primary key 1 needs to be deleted, first delete all the records with a foreign key that is associated with the primary key 1. Then delete the records with primary key 1. So, first you delete all the records in Table B that has a foreign key that is associated with primary key 1, the intended primary key that wants to be deleted. Then, after this foreign key deletion, you delete the primary key that was intended to be deleted. Referential integrity needs to be accounted for in insert and update, but it is most crucial for delete. If the database management system, or DBMS, supports it, enable cascading delete. This will first delete the foreign key association with primary key 1 when record with primary key 1 is deleted. In other words, it does this example for you. Let's look at the basic structure. So, delete from table where condition 1 or con1 equals condition. Table is the table from which you are deleting. Con1 equals condition is the delete condition. Multiple delete conditions may be used. Please note any record that satisfies this condition will be deleted. Again, if the record is deleted, it cannot be reinstated. Let's look at the first example. So given the following table named MI6, delete the record as instructed below. Delete the agent with ID 007. Pause the video here and try and work out the SQL statement for yourself. Okay, let's look at the answer. So, delete from MI6 where ID equals 007. Let's look at the second example. Given the following table named MI6, delete the record as instructed below. Same as before. So, delete the agent with initial equals J and surname equals Bond. Pause the video here and try and work out the delete statement for yourself. Okay, let's look at the answer. So, delete from MI6 where initial equals J and surname equals Bond. Please note the use of single quotation marks around J and Bond. This can be replaced with double quotation marks for Delphi. Let's look at the Delphi example. So first our table structure, tax group and employee. Group ID is the primary key of tax groups and ID is the primary key of employee, and employee's got the tax group ID, which is its foreign key. The relationship looks as follows, and it's a one-to-many relationship. Again, if you're unsure what this means, please see our video on relationships. Let's look at some example data. So for the tax group table, we've got the following, and for the employee table, we've got the following data. Now let's look at the question. So delete the record with group ID LT02 from tax group. Now, keep in mind while doing this example about the note on referential integrity. Let's look at the example. And here we have our example. Let's just quickly point out a couple of things. Firstly, display employee will display all the content in the table employee. Table tax group will display all the content in tax group. Now, if you're unsure how to do that, please see our video on simple SQL queries. As well as we've got the TB grid over here, which will display all our data. Okay, so let's start with delete. So let's just quickly say dm.query.close. So we close our query, then we say dm.query.execute SQL. And in the middle here we say dm.query.sql.text. Okay, and then easy, we just say delete from tax group where group ID equals LT underscore 02. Now, is this correct though? Remember what we said about the referential integrity. We first have to delete all the foreign keys before we can delete the primary key. This will delete the primary key only. So we first have to add something above it. So let's do it here. So dm.query.close SQL.text. And then in here we say delete from emp where tax group ID equals LT underscore 02 and dm dot query dot execute SQL. Okay, now let's quickly analyze this. So the first one, this set, this deletes all the employees with a foreign key. This set deletes the correct tax group with the correct primary key. As another note, please note the difference between the update and DSL search function. We use for queries or searches, we use open. For insert, update, and delete, we use execute SQL. Okay, so let's run our program and see if it works. So we've got display employee and display group. So let's display employee. There's all our employees. Display tax group. You'll notice is LT underscore 02, the one we want. So if we want to delete, say display tax group, there you shall see LT underscore 02 is missing. And if we display employees, you will notice that no one has got LT underscore 02. Now, as an example for you to work out at home, think about how you can get user input to delete. So you'll first have to set up a bunch of inputs or input boxes, and then with this information, try and make a delete. To make it extra challenging, try and delete like we did in this case, where you want to delete the primary key, then you have to first remember to delete all of the foreign keys, then the primary.